Welcome to 1407 Gray Malkin Lane. This is the living memory of the X-Men. Stop breaking into my house. Use the door. All right, this is the round table of the AKPC. We got Sterling Silver. We got Marvelous Jarl. We got 1407. Corey, he'll be here. He's like ODB in the 90s. He'll pop up. So today, how's your week been, gentlemen?
It's been awful, honestly. We got snow here in Texas, and we're like I said before, we're like Dragon Pokemon, and it's just like the whole city is shut down. So I was like,
yeah, I heard about that. Like, I heard like in Denton it's like 19 degrees out there. Like it's bad.
Something like that. So we mean Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Like it's probably like negative 50 degrees Celsius because we do the superior customary measurement system.
These is the one that I understand. That's what the only ones that do it. That's the Texas mind state. MJ, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh, good. Woke up to another foot of snow today, and because we're the superior country, we trudged on.
You don't even know how big a foot is. You mean a meter?
So many.
You put gravy on your fries
and cheese.
That doesn't help your case.
Yeah, I know. I don't know many. Yeah, I don't know many things actually in America that we put gravy and cheese on. Actually, so that doesn't help.
It's fucking delicious. You can't hate it until you try it.
Yeah, I can.
Is it brown gravy or is it white gravy?
You can do both. I've had both.
All gravy matters.
Not at the same time. But
all right. So this week, we've had Sabretooth and Lives of Wolverine. Depths. I know
the 10 lives of Wolverine.
The bad one, like the one that nobody cares about. The one that whatever.
So it's a little unfortunate. I feel like they needed a more simple comic this week to go with Sabretooth or Wolverine.
Yeah.
They're both so fucking complex that
I kind of feel like this part of the Wolverine series would have been a lot better as a movie. Like
that's the goal. No, that wholeheartedly is the goal. Like they're only like part of the reason why they write comics now is to get movie deals. So like that's like they're already seeing how they can seed this into the MCU.
Oh God, it's just rough. All right, so which one do you guys want to? Yeah. Which one do you guys want to do?
I say we start with the filler first, and the filler is obviously Sabretooth.
Whoa! Wow! Wow!
You might have a point. I don't see how it could play.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing how it could play into the bigger Krakoan. Like, I guess I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe like if they show what happens to the certain people who came down at the end, which honestly, out of all of them, I recognize 3. The other 2, I'm like, I don't even know who you guys are. But
Third Watch. That's really Third Watch. Couldn't give a black man a better name.
Is he new?
Yeah, he's new.
Okay, I'm about to say I've never heard of him, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for Malikan to tell me who this guy is. I have no idea.
One question I have is one of my 5 questions. I guess is
yes,
I guess maybe we can wait till we get more into the comic, but I guess I can bring it out now. Do you think Sabretooth can take on those 5 mutants that got sent there?
Okay.
Yeah. I think if it's a dream world, then yeah, he can do anything.
I was just thinking, why does he have the movie cast of the X-Men in his revenge fantasy? He is so goddamn stupid. They would first of all, why would Storm even be there? No, that's just weird. Jean Grey.
Storm was one of the people in the council.
Yeah, but Cyclops wasn't.
And Cyclops was not. That is correct. But he did. But to be fair, he did say, "I'm going to kill your line, and your children's line, something like that." So Cyclops and Jean do make the couple.
Yeah. He's like, he's kind of like it's a two for you. Kill one, you gotta kill the other.
Right.
It's kind of like
and Nightcrawler is related to Mystique, so that does track.
but Nightcrawler was
he's only been down there like a year and a half, maybe a year and a half. So like I feel like he's been down there for hundreds of years though, right? So like it makes sense that he would kill people that he's never even had beef with because he's just bored. So he imagined Molecule Man and killed him at some point. You know?
Yeah, it has to be. I think that's the caveat. It has to be people that he knows. So like that was a kind of an interesting like thought exercise. Like who is someone that Sabretooth wouldn't know existed? Like I don't think he would know like Nature Girl. So that'd be kind of interesting.
Like
it also have yeah.
No, it's just weird. Like I'm just because personally I think Victor Creed is a very, very dumb person. Like just he's funny, but he's just dumb. He's like Cartman dumb. Like, wow, you're so goddamn stupid. It's unbelievable. But but with him, I just think about, okay, what would happen if they went after if Sabretooth got out? And no, everything about that is wrong. They would not. They were like, we gotta kill this guy. We're sending killers, killers, and plus probably a Warlock would have found him in like 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing though, because like for a long time before they kind of changed, like I forgot when exactly changed. I think it changed like 2000. For a long time, Sabretooth was the one character that Wolverine couldn't beat. Sabretooth would always beat Wolverine. That was his gimmick. Yeah. And even funnier is that Sabretooth would always find Wolverine on his birthday and fight him. They don't do that anymore. But happy birthday, pow! Right, basically.
I agree. Sabretooth is a pretty stupid character, but he is something that's happening in this comic though. Is he's going through a mental break. You don't imagine 3 versions of yourself and then talk in a room without having a mental break. So he is changing mentally. Maybe we get a more civilized, ruthless, civilized.
I will say we did get him a bit more civilized and a bit more smart, and a bit smarter in in Killable Wolverine. Like that was probably one of the best examples I could think of him being being strategic and tactical. He was even in a suit. Yeah, go ahead, Corey.
I met him in Ed Brisson's Iron Man trade paperbacks, and he behaved himself very well for the sake of the story. No excess bloodshed unless, he was told to.
Right.
The thing I'm gonna go back on the bench for just one moment.
Cool, man.
Didn't at several points of his publication life, did Marvel dance around him having cannibal tendencies like Killer Croc at a few points, or am I misquoting something?
They always go back and forth. They definitely show like he at least likes to eat raw meat because we've seen that a couple times. But I think it's weird. Even though I say one of the things that I think they should always do, and they should have done it by now. Like they need to make Wild Child his son. It just makes the most sense to me, honestly. Like his son is his son is Wild Child, and like the mother is Birdie. It's easy, just do it. But I think they were kind of skirting that line, but then they kind of had Wild Child be like the cannibalistic Sabretooth. So
I don't think he's a cannibal in that he saves people in his refrigerator. But he does fight with his mouth, and he's not afraid to swallow blood and any edible flesh that goes down. Yeah, I don't think he's a cannibal in that he stores people.
Well, that's a better question. Are you actually a cannibal? Because a cannibal means that you eat I thought a cannibal means that you eat like your same race. He actually, technically speaking, most of the people that he killed were human, so that might actually not be the case. You might just eat humans, which is not cannibalistic.
Now that you guys brought it up, he used to talk about how sweet and salty blood was in the 90s a lot. Mm-hmm. He I always thought just like
human blood.
Yeah, blood. Yeah. When they were really linked into the serial psychopathic killer part.
Right.
It just
and like Hannibal Lecter, he ripped off Cyclops' face.
It's weird.
Well, it's kind of weird because he cut his I guess so he cut his face, but he cut it enough to where like he cut his eyelids, but not like his eyeballs would go out. It's like, man, so I guess he's surgical with the cut. But then
No,
I like
I've read that about him though, that he's ripped off faces before. So I think that's a callback to when he's ripped off a face before.
I know. Well, I knew for a fact it was. Well, then again, let me be fair. Like I knew it somewhat was a dream because like there's no way in hell they just have Cyclops's eyes just eliminate Wolverine. Like there's lots like, oh, this is fake. There's no way they would never write that.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. And it's just, like just Kree. Like, here's my question: How does Sabretooth know about the Starjammers in the Shi'ar? Because he was never there for that.
Well, he knows about Cyclops, right? So maybe he heard Cyclops talk about the Starjammers.
Was he around Cyclops?
Yeah.
When?
He's been around Cyclops, but like no, I don't necessarily think he was around I think prior to like Krakoa, he definitely has been around Cyclops. I know for a little bit when like Cyclops was doing like Mutant X, Nation X, I do know that they came down. So maybe like that wasn't too much of an issue for me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's like something or other where like it's not, I won't say common knowledge, but at least people should know that who Cyclops' dad is. So I'm like, that's not too hard.
It's not like that was Cyclops. That's not like it was Sabretooth's first fantasy. That was his third fantasy after he basically tried everything else and got bored.
Right.
And then he started imagining, what else could I imagine? And he's thinking, oh, I heard about this X-Force team that went across the galaxy. I kind of like that idea. What if I led the X-Force that went across the galaxy?
Also, another thing, the way Sabretooth's depictions of the Council are very interesting. What he said about he was kind of just roasting Xavier. He's like, look at that dummy. How does he see out of that thing?
I just look at that thing. I was curious why he called. I'm curious why he called Exodus, Essex, and Mystique the Rainbow Squad. I think that's what he said, like something like that, right?
I think.
Surely Xavier is using his mind to see, right? When he's using the helmet, there's no eye.
He just uses other people's eyes to see. He can't actually see through the helmet.
Well, he's using his mind as like a telepathic awareness. But in the panel, he looks over at Magneto and it's like looking at Magneto through his helmet. But motherfucker, you have no eye holes. So that's a valid thing to say. Like, what are you looking at?
What if those are glass? Like, what if he's like
rainbow? All right. Yeah, he called them the Rainbow Gang. I was like, why do you call them the Rainbow? I was like, is it because they're all different like color skin? I was curious about that.
No. I think he was making a homophobic remark.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was like, I was just curious because like I know for sure Mystique, she's at least I didn't want it like bisexual, I guess. Yeah. Maybe pansexual, who knows? But I wasn't sure about Exodus. I wasn't sure about Essex. I know Essex, I guess technically speaking, Mr. Sinister is like gender fluid because he has been a woman before. I guess that's what you could claim to. Yeah, but I'm not sure about. Let me be fair. I don't know about Exodus at all, so I have no idea. I mean, I think he's French. I think he's French, right?
Wow. Yes.
Exodus will have children. He's all about future of mutant kind, so he will have children. But you could be gay and still have children. So.
Is he gay or just French?
I mean, he did have a really deep relationship with one of his fellow knights back in the day. So.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ben Wright.
I don't know that much about Exodus. So there you go.
He's interesting. He's kind of like Magneto's Cyclops. Like, hear me out.
He's Magneto's Cyclops. Oh God.
All right, hear me out.
All right.
Way Cyclops is with Xavier. Like, Scott Summers has always been the one who got things done. Mm-hmm. Exodus and Magneto, when Exodus took over from Fabian Cortez as head of the Acolytes, he believed in Magneto's dream. He had no intention of taking over. He said, "I'm putting it down until he gets back." Like he was all for service, like Cyclops was. They have a lot.
Let's call it. I guess that tracks. But like I thought, Blob was the first person Magneto got on his team.
Oh no! I'm talking about the Acolytes, not the Brotherhood.
Okay, all right, just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the difference, but
yep. Oh no, it's totally different. the acolytes were like religious zealots, whereas the Brotherhood they were like
Religious zealots. Yeah, so they were just zealots.
Racial
They were just
zealots.
zealots.
yeah, right.
Religious zealots
Right.
and racial zealots. That's
There's
the difference there.
there's Catholicism in the KKK.
Yeah, technically speaking, you're not wrong. What was I gonna say? So let's see. My question, one of the questions I had was, well, I mean, it was nothing but questions at this one, but some of them good. Like as soon as I saw, so we're already talking about the spoilers. I don't know. Like I said, I know 3 of the mutants that fell. One of them I know because of a meme, but the other 2, I'm like, I have no idea who these guys are. So I recognize Oya out of all 5 of them. Oya is the most interesting one because she is the most important one out of this bunch. I have
Most
no
powerful.
idea what.
Probably the most powerful.
Probably too.
I would argue maybe like that's why I'm interested in whether or not Sabretooth can take them on because she's pretty powerful.
Well, she has temperature control, so she can. But she like the caveat is that she needs ice to make fire and fire to make ice. So that's the interesting thing. So we'll see what happens.
Well,
Maybe I don't know.
she's in hell. There's plenty of fire.
Yeah, I know Sabretooth can blitz them though. that's the big thing. Sabretooth is a blitzer. But Oya's the most of all 5 of them. She's the most. I would say she's the most prominent one. Then there's Madison Jeffries, which I know as well. I know Necra because of a meme where she was making out with Grim Reaper. So that's why I know her. And
she's probably the oldest though. She's from like the 80s or something.
Yeah,
so
and then there's Melter, and then finally Third Eye. I think Third Eye is completely new. I have no idea who Third Eye is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why these 5 people? When you clearly had 3, you had Toad, you had Nanny, and you had Orphan Maker. Like, where are these 3?
I've heard
why these 5?
I've heard a couple of theories. Like
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
They're there to try and rehabilitate Sabretooth.
No, have fun with that.
No, I know it's been tried a few times, and he's broken out each and every time. Like, why not just take away his powers?
Their arrival was a bit weird. You might be right because it doesn't seem like they were sent there as punishment because there was no like black hole. They didn't fall through no black hole. They fell through light.
They look kind of heavenly, but we don't know exactly how Sabretooth fell. That might just be first of all, when he went to the pit, there was nothing. Like that was the whole thing. He has made it something. So maybe it's something when he's not prepared for it, that's what it looks like. So I'm just saying. It's nothing but speculation at this point. I mean, granted, we'll probably get a reason why it's these 5. But I'm just like, yeah, why?
It doesn't make sense if they did some type of big murder or something, some terrorism thing. We would have heard about it in X-Men. We would have heard about it somewhere beforehand because this is before the trial of like if 5 mutants were all tried at once. I think we would have heard about it.
Right. The only thing I could think is maybe granted, I did not read it completely, but I did read the ending, and I was like, wait, where's Nature Girl? I'm like, oh yeah, right. Nature Girl actually got to walk away. I think it was Nature Girl and Curse. I was like, oh, Nature Girl's like that would have actually been better. But she got to be exiled via Cypher. I don't know. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's still established that Cypher is like kind of pulling the strings to this. So I guess he has a method to his madness.
Actually,
so
one of my questions.
Yeah.
One of my questions is. Who is doing this? Clearly, it's not Xavier. Yeah. This is not what Xavier wants. Xavier wanted a place where no time passes, where you have no presence of time, you do not move, you're immobile and in complete darkness. So that's not Xavier. It's not what Xavier wanted.
This is all
Cypher. One idea I have is that the exact quote was the exact quote is this so Cypher says the state feels we have been too harsh on you.
Yes.
So who's the state? Is the state the council or is the state the Krakoa?
No, Krakoa. Yeah, so we knew. Well, I get what you're saying, but we knew that because legitimately he showed it again. Like it happened in the actual book. It happened in the first book, and it happened in that book too. What you call it? Like Cypher said something to the fact that basically it's a no-go. Like they want to punish him, but Krakoa definitely was. It did seem like Krakoa was like, hey, I don't like doing this, but it's what they voted on.
One idea I have is why Krakoa is doing this. It could be besides just mercy. That doesn't seem Krakoa's saying his mercy doesn't seem to be his thing. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's Krakoa has been looking for other means to feed. One of those means is the sex houses on Krakoa. He is feeding off people having sex. In addition to the yearly energy that every mutant gives him, he's also stealing from people having sex. That was explained in Nightcrawler's book.
I'm about to say, yeah, like what white page was this that I missed? Like,
It was in the Way of X or whatever, in Nightcrawler's book. It explained that Krakoa is partaking in the sex. He's not only partaking in the sex, he's stealing energy from it. He's getting
my
energy
God.
from it.
Sex
So I'm
is-
thinking
Also,
maybe
in
he has a
Wolverine,
third one. Maybe he wants a hell realm where he can steal additional energy.
But that's still psionic energy though, because once again, if I remember correctly, that's still going on, and then like the only thing that's changed is that like it's still in Sabretooth's mind, so it seems to be like they are all like linked to his mind now. But I don't like none of this is actually real, at least to my understanding. Maybe they'll change that next issue. But
like all the pain and fear of all these mutants that now go to the pit, maybe he can siphon off all that fear and pain for energy from himself, like he siphoned off the orgasm energy from the sex pits.
is that what we're gonna call it?
What is,
I don't know what to call it.
Or using the using the organic life form orgasm to power energy almost.
Right.
This
Orgasm
reminds
energy.
me of the what's the name of the nasty book that Tim Seeley writes? Money Shot. That was
Money
the
Shot,
first
that was
arc
it,
of
yeah.
Money Shot. That was the first arc of Money Shot.
This is our
letter.
unsolicited what you call a pitch for all our one viewer to go read Money Shot. But anyway,
like I'm like, you guys got me thinking about this with these five. What if they're like a team of people who actually want to help Sabretooth, and they're good, like they're going to go ways to try to like help him deal with his anger, because like eventually they want him to come back, right? You want him to.
Right. That doesn't make sense for the Okoye character. For the other ones, I could buy, but not for the I don't know her name. It's the black girl with icy hot.
No, but, but
icy hot. Todoroki. But anyway.
Remember, she always thought that she was a monster as well. That was her whole thing. Like when she became
she got over that though.
Oh.
She got over that arc.
See, that was everybody's having experience.
I would think it'd be more like
with losing with like falling into their powers. Like what if all like what if they're trying to help him see a better way?
Why not use like, I mean, I get it.
The Brotherhood came to save him. That would have been better. Sorry, go ahead, Sterling.
It's like why not use well, I mean, okay, Necra does kind of make sense because she's fueled off of negative emotions, and I'm like, well, that's a powerhouse right there for a Victor Creed. I did look her up a little bit. I'm still like though, like, geez, I don't know why. Just if you're trying to get like empathy, because like there are mutants that like actually use empathy, like why not Mirage or like whatever she wants to call herself, but Moonstar, like she would have been a better person to use because she actually is supposed to be like somewhat of a counselor.
True, but, but remember, she doesn't like a lot of people don't like Victor Creed.
Doesn't matter. You're not supposed to like people to be a counselor. You're supposed to help them.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? You might be onto something, Elroy, because you know, somehow one of my other question is Sabretooth evolving to have some type of telepathic ability? Because somehow he's projecting his mind outside of the pit. Random people are seeing his astral form walking around Krakoa.
That might be Krakoa's doing.
Might be Krakoa's doing, or he's evolving maybe to have some type of telepathic ability. But regardless, if people are seeing him, maybe people are like, "Oh, he's like Jesus. We got to go rescue."
What? I'm looking up Necra's powers. Whoa!
But...
Hate and rage build, superhuman power and invulnerability, magical knowledge skills. Yeah, for creating zombies, fangs and claws. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, she's pretty powerful. The caveat being negative energy. So if she gets like attracted to someone, she's fucked.
But her hate and rage build, like, I think Sabretooth will really enjoy that. Like, or maybe just found some friends. Maybe Sabretooth just wants friends.
Yeah,
It
maybe.
could just be
what-
imaginary.
yeah,
It
maybe
could be like
maybe
everything else.
freaking-
Sorry. go
maybe
ahead.
maybe Krakoa is the one that brought them down there, and like you said, here, use these people. Like, they're not doing anything.
That's cold.
Stole people.
Nah, we're not using these guys.
No, like we had to do a deep dig just to find out who they were. Oh,
yeah,
but like,
especially. Yeah.
oh yeah, but what do you guys feel like? I know you guys brought this up earlier, but like, what about Cypher? Like, Cypher and Warlock being like that whole sequence.
Oh no, I enjoyed that because I said at the very beginning. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously we weren't recording this, but at the very beginning in the Discord, I was like, where was his attorney? Like, he needed an attorney. And now we're finally getting to, oh, maybe you should have had an attorney. Like, you think? Anyway, nobody argued for it.
It makes sense the Quiet Council would know about what's going on down there because the Sabretooth's outro form is walking around. Is randomly walking around. So they probably heard about this and then they sent Cypher to investigate and they gave Victor the deal, which seems like he already had that deal because he was already affecting things before he got that deal.
No, it seemed, well, I thought so. I thought the way it was Cypher, basically Victor Cree would just keep killing people, but he wouldn't remember that he killed them. And then Cypher is the one that broke the loop. And he said, hey, like, here's like the original deal was like, so you'll just keep doing this forever and you'll just be like, you know, you'll just like you won't move or anything, but you'll just be here and like it'll be in your mind. But now
I hope
that's
the case. I hope that's the case.
You think that he's not
that
moving?
was my theory. That was my theory that the pit would be purgatory.
Oh, okay. Maybe purgatory. Wait, wasn't? Have they?
Purgatory is where you
they,
fight. It's like hell,
Yeah.
but it's where you fight forever.
But then they established that like they're like I guess you're saying that purgatory and limbo are different, which is fine. But because I thought they said like I don't even know anymore because there's so many levels to this spiritual thing now, especially what Scarlet Witch did and what Nightcrawler established and what freaking Legion has done. There's so many different avenues to this thing now. But yeah,
Like purgatory, I mean, in Christian mythology, is like a place where people just fight forever. It's kind of like Valhalla type thing, but like evil. More evil.
okay.
I just find it really interesting. I'm like, I really like the Sabretooth book. I'm really into it.
Oh, you can like it. You can like it. I like it too. It's just for me right now. It's like, oh, it's just kind of, it really is filler. Like, oh, okay, next, yeah, but what's really happening though? Like, because I'm just like, oh.
I appreciate any world building. Something like Fallen Angels didn't do any world building. So even when it's not necessarily canon, I love some good world building. So establishment of a mutant hell, kind of cool.
Character development is always a good thing, Sterling.
If we
They
get
call
it.
filler.
If
we call
it
character
sticks.
If it sticks.
Yes, character. No. Let me help you. Character development is always important if it sticks. That's what you should say because let's see if this sticks.
I should put that on a shirt. I should put that on a shirt.
The problem is I don't think he's getting any true development. He's going to have 3 people inside of him. So at any point he can have the savage take over, the civilized man take over, and the child.
All right. I think we're all forgetting the obvious about this whole thing at the end.
What's that?
Pray to God no one drops the soap.
Oh God.
All right. So moving on.
We should probably get on to Wolverine.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to hit it on that. Yeah. All right. So how do we feel about so like if we're going to go out of 5 stars, how do we feel about it? Sabretooth.
Oh, Sabretooth or Wolverine?
Oh, Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. I mean, I enjoyed it. So I was like, if we're doing out of 5, I say I would give it like a 3.5. Like I'll keep reading. I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Like once again, it's the first issue. I didn't really know what was going to happen. So I like that. And then like I wasn't disappointed. I'm just like, okay, that's just interesting. I did want to see if this is going to actually be canon per se, and it just doesn't seem like it is right now. But I'll still give it like another read or 2.
Yeah.
I give it a 4. I think it was everything. It wasn't perfect, but it was nearly perfect. It was just a little too confusing. They didn't really establish the dream realm mechanics. It took my first read through. I thought he killed the X-Men. I had to go back and reread. I'm like, oh wait, he didn't kill the X-Men. That's all illusion stuff. So So
It was
that takes away
only
a point,
just a
but it was
dream.
It's Vanilla Sky.
exactly.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. I was telling Sterling earlier that if they were gonna do a movie about Sabretooth, they should get Mel Gibson to play him.
Oh,
Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson in jail, just like
yeah. I was saying we should just use Lee Shriver because Lee
Yeah.
Shriver is still a great actor. Like if we don't get Lee Shriver, and you know me, you know how I hate these line taking roles. But damn it, if he did not earn it,
He's a
what's it called?
Canadian.
No. I'm not talking about Lee
Francisco.
Shriver. I'm saying the person that played Euron, the person that played Euron Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, he needs to be Sabretooth because I'm like, that is like that Sabretooth, right? Like that is him right there. Like
Yeah, he could be a young Sabretooth.
he could be any Sabretooth. He could be King Sabretooth. He could be Savage Sabretooth. He might even be Child Sabretooth. He's just a really big child. Like he is like that is Sabretooth.
I once watched this TV show, modern day TV show, and it was they had this okay, it's gonna sound a little weird. They had this really scary character. He was a Native American guy. So this dude went to this reservation, and they had this giant Native American guy, long hair, just huge,
How you know he was a
huge
man?
dude, and well, he was a man, and he like screamed like, "Arr!" And I'm like, dude, that guy could have been Sabretooth. I don't know.
Oh.
Just saying.
hey, make
I don't know his
make
name.
Sabretooth a
I don't know
woman,
the
that'd
actor's
be
name or
funny.
nothing, but
Can you imagine Sabretooth as
wait, what show is it? Because I'll go find the scene and see it, and like I'll be the judge of this.
I think it's called Banshee.
Man, you got all those
this-
DVDs and you don't have that one. You know,
It follows like this convict who escaped from prison and then faked being a sheriff of a town.
Oh yeah, that's
Is it a
totally
Canadian
something.
show?
That's totally.
Is it
something.
was it Canadian or was it an American show?
Probably
It's
American. I think. I'll look it
Oh
up.
yeah, I
later.
know. Yeah, I know.
No problem.
Another super show. I know what you're talking about.
All right, cool.
Okay, so Lives of Wolverine.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one was. I got mixed feelings.
Saber. Like
Yeah.
it turns out all this time, Professor Xavier was a captain. Who knew?
I don't know if that was him.
That was his great grandfather, man.
Oh, was it?
Yes, he
It
came
I didn't get
they
that.
never
from a
established that.
travel
But
thing.
they
Okay,
never
that's
established
fine.
that was his grandfather, but it makes sense. It would be because I'm
All right.
confused. Like time
Well,
periods.
Well, if that's the case, then at least they answered my question of like the same. It's basically Terminator, right? Like T2 were like specifically. I'm just like, wait, why don't you just go back in time? Like you don't have to kill Xavier, just kill like any part of his line. But if they're doing that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Because unfortunately, there's gonna be like, believe it or not, there's gonna be a time where Wolverine was not born, and that's when they can kill Xavier.
All they had to do was call him like Frederick Xavier instead of Charles Xavier. He was the grandfather Frederick Xavier.
Well, maybe
Or-
is he like Frederick Xavier? Like, I mean, is he like Charles Xavier like the third or something? Maybe that's like
No, it's
Maybe-
never been like he's never been like it's always been
a junior or something.
never
Mhm.
been a junior. His
Yeah.
father
I'm
was
just
made
making
up.
sure. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm sorry. This seemed like it would be better as a movie. And that whole scene
I
with
did.
Wolverine making out with Dakin's mother,
It's-
and and Jean peeps in like, oh, do you call
That was
that
cute.
more-
Come on, that was cute. Jean was not
It was
jealous or
adult.
nothing. Jean had legitimate emotion in that scene. She showed compassion, empathy. That was an excellent scene for Jean.
Why
That
would
was a
Jean?
good
I know. Why
scene.
would Jean be jealous of a dead woman? Oh wait, Emma is. But anyway.
Hey, gotta be careful. But no, I just like. Oh no, I'm sorry, Corey. What were you about to say?
I was like, okay, more body horror when Omega Red possesses somebody. Gene watching Logan when he was our age, like, you were so skinny.
that's weird. I don't
That is
like that
weird.
kind of threw me off. No, that kind of threw me off because he was too tall, and then when we got to like Ronin Wolverine, he was like stubby and beefy. I'm like, wait, which one is it? Hang on.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Which one is it? Is it your height got adjusted when you got the metal in you and stuff? What's
guess
going
that's-
on?
I guess that's the case. I guess the metal made him shorter for some reason.
Yeah, just the thing that got me is okay, he was confused of how to get out of the situation when Omega possessed Daken's mom, now dead. And I left issue like, okay, and like Gene's talking like Booster Gold, we need to get going. We don't know how much we're going to be negatively affecting here. Let's go. Did Logan kill his firstborn child's mom?
Yeah.
It seems that he well, let me see. In the original timeline, the answer is no. It actually was a Winter Soldier that did that. But he thought for a long time that he had done so. Oh yeah. Like he thought for a long time that he had did so. Now, like they might what would be funny is if he's like, crap, I gotta kill her, and then like Winter Soldier actually does still shoot her, and it's like, oh, but no, originally he did not do it, but like maybe now he will, because it's technically speaking a different timeline.
The implication is he does kill her. He says, I cannot kill her because this is before she gives birth. This is before the birth of Daken. So if she dies now, Daken never gets born.
I know.
So he says, I cannot kill her. I cannot, but I have to. He says,
moreover,
I have to.
Moreover, like it looks like that might actually have been the scene where Daken was conceived. Fun, but even funny, like even more hilarious. But
so speaking of that sex scene, man, like the girl had the Omega Red wrapped her tentacles all around Wolverine without him noticing.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you look,
man,
the tentacles around Wolverine's leg. And he just
like, that's
doesn't
how
fucking
calming,
notice.
like that's how calming the refractory period is. But anyway,
but here's my thing though. Why is it Omega Red? Because like this whole thing just makes you think. Okay, he is the victim. He's being played by both of them, and he has no say in the matter.
Well, in the immortal words of I think his name is Mikhail. In the immortal words of Mikhail, he said, "Come back to Russia." So I guess Omega Red's like Russia away. So.
Oh, you mean Candace Owens? Yeah, you're right.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Why? Candace Owens.
I was gonna ask MJ, because this question is directed towards you because you're the one that read that goddamn book. All right, was there ever a moment in X-Force where like Omega Red was on a trial run?
No.
Okay, so they made that up. All right, I was I
don't know. They're just. I don't think Ben Percy understands Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, like I went back and I was like, I didn't go back and read every issue, but I did go back and see if like there were like issues with like that would like it will see if the covers would hint at Omega Red like helping out, and I didn't see one. So it's like, did it make this up? I think he made it up, but anyway, I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, no, he was never accepted really. No, they even after resurrecting him without his memories, they still ostracized him. So there's no real trial period. No.
Wolverine is really the Ricky Spanish of the Marvel Universe. Back before when he got his memories wiped out, because he was doing all this really wild shit, and he wonders why everybody that he used to know wants to kill him. Yeah,
technically speaking, that's fair, but at the same time, don't forget that he's lost his memory over the years. So like, now, granted, that might just come into the fact of like, hey, no matter what you do at your core, you might just be a person that kills people because you keep doing it every time you lose your memory. But that's a different story entirely.
Well, it's more than just losing his memory. He's easily controlled. He's not like Cyclops where he's developed like a mental block against telepaths. Wolverine is very easily controlled. He fell under Wolverine. He fell under Dracula's control and killed Jean. So like that, Wolverine does have no fucking,
What you gotta find his password. Like what is he, like a Apple profile? Like you just gotta hack the password and then boom, you got it. You got everything. Wolverine is
his password is Jean.
No. His password is password because he doesn't know how to use it.
His password is Squirrel Girl.
So before we move on past the Japanese wife, a couple more things on that. Like, if she is dead, do we think Daken doesn't exist, or will the astral realm protect him?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, because it's a time paradox either way. But yeah, like maybe Daken will like pop out for a second, and then it's like, hey, wait, don't you remember Daken? He'll be like, oh yeah, and then he pops back in. But
I don't know, because we never see them together.
It's implied that their database can survive time shenanigans. In one of the white
Yeah.
pages,
Yeah, that's what Saint said.
Sage
Yeah.
has a protocol established to monitor for changes in the timeline. But how can you monitor for changes in the timeline when it's a change in the fucking timeline? So only thing I can think is that Sage stores her backups in the astral realm, and somehow that protects
something like that.
backups.
She has some kind of like time machine that only stores memories of people who are not supposed to be here. I mean, that will be helpful for like Bishop because he's not supposed to be in this timeline. Same thing. Technically speaking, with Cable's weird too, but technically speaking, Cable.
No, he like well, if we were going by Marvel, Cable should be around Franklin Richards' age, right? Or at least he'd be a young kid that by now. So he's like 30, like old man Cable's like this is like 30 years, 30, 40 years in the future for him.
Right.
So like it's weird. Time travel.
Hang on. I think I found your Sabretooth. MJ, is this the guy?
Sorry, where did you post it?
Posted in Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That would be a very interesting take on Sabretooth.
That would.
No.
That's not him?
Sorry, I turned off my Wi-Fi on my other phone.
Oh, okay.
Get that Sabretooth. Yeah, I'm telling. Sabretooth is scary. Scary.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Sabretooth in a story where he's actually hunting somebody who doesn't know who he is. And the person doesn't like, and he starts playing mind games. Does Sabretooth just kill innocent people?
Yep, that's him, yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure.
Because it may be the opposite. Instead of Wolverine being the bastard, Sabretooth's the bastard. That's what I would do.
Well, yeah, like when I met Sabretooth and Brisson's Iron Fist and how he's doing here and everything, and I was studying their wiki pages, I'm just like, these personalities are nearly identical. So if I was like directing a play and two guys had the honor of being Victor and Logan, I'm just like, your programmings are so similar. It's just Logan is more introverted and blah, 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 blah.
I'll never forget that Xavier went to Sabretooth before Wolverine to join the X-Men.
Yeah, and Victor is more histrionic. And
Oh no! Wait, no. Let's be fair. Sabretooth, he knows what he is. He doesn't try to mythologize it. He's just like black and white. I am this, and this is the world around me. That's it.
But he could be a Starjammer.
Yeah, he could be. Give him time. But Sabretooth. Wolverine is kind of a hypocrite because like he knows what Sabretooth's going through, and he still says, no, you can't trust him. Like, so you're saying they can't trust you either?
Yeah. Honestly, yes.
Well, the difference is that Sabretooth is delusional. He doesn't realize he's missing memories. He doesn't realize that he's been mind controlled dozens of times.
No, saying,
actually, I know who I am. I know who I am. No, you don't, you motherfucker. You were a mind controlled soldier for 20 years.
No, he never went for it. Like it's been kind of like, oh, I've never needed it. Like I was okay with it. That's what Saber in the Weapon X program. He volunteered. And he gave them Wolverine.
I don't. Why did he save Wolverine's life though? In one of the panels, and he saves Wolverine's life. I think it was this issue or last issue. This issue, I guess. He saved Wolverine's life. That seems something that he would only do if he was a mind controlled like super soldier. I gotta protect all my soldiers because I'm mind controlled.
We need a timeline of when all this stuff happened to Wolverine. When did Weapon X happen? When did Team X happen? When did all this stuff happen? Like,
I mean, we definitely need the timeline. One thing I can't wait for. Hopefully, in like issue 3, we'll get like the Wolverines because I mean, it really is somewhat of Wolverine's greatest hits. I can't. Please give me Omega Red Hulk, like when Wolverine was fighting the Hulk. We've already gotten like who's that? Like who is that Gray Hulk that like they gave Wolverine that they gave adamantium claw. Like that's just like we've already gone crazy.
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine. Like so we've already got that. Give me Omega Hulk.
Yeah, Bill's friend Ario Anindito did the art for a miniseries like that, where the leader did something and Hulkverine nearly got his hands on him, and Samuel Stearns was legitimately scared for a bit.
Right.
It's just.
I think actually funny enough, I think Hulkarine is actually gonna join the Savage Avengers.
Yeah, it's coming back again with a new
Yeah.
writer, and I'm like, okay.
I forgot. I know Conan is still in it. I think maybe Elektra Daredevil is gonna be. I forgot the roster. I know Black Knight's in it, but
I think Ultron's supposed to be on the team.
is Ultron really?
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That'd be interesting.
All right, 2 questions for
Go ahead.
Wolverine. One,
Go ahead.
why doesn't anything Forge has a security system, like, or a tracker? Like okay, the Cerebral sword. Like Forge developed that. You don't think there should be like a tracker on it, or maybe?
Yeah, but Mikhail turned it in. I thought. Well, I mean, I somewhat, but like it could easily be established that Mikhail just turned off the tracker.
How would he know where it is? They don't know what that is.
That's one of the first things you do if you get someone else's tech. If you get someone else's tech, you either disassemble it or you see how it works, and you might look for a track. I'm not saying that he did it. I'm saying that it's not outside the realm of possibility that that's one of the things that he would do. Like he's a pretty smart guy. Like, I believe he was a cosmonaut, so he would know what to like look for.
The problem is that I don't think you need a tracker on it. I don't think you need it when basically Krakoa itself is the greatest security system available. It's using
there was that and
various frequencies and waves. It monitors like 1,000 different ways to monitor anything that approaches the island.
It was that, and
how
don't
they got
forget
to
also,
the island was inside of people, which is can't really find.
And don't forget also that Sage put like the Cerebral sword as like C5, and then Cerebral stuff as C. It was one of those things, but like they at least had the same kind of like way, because she was actually able to track that like it was being, that the Cerebral sword was being used. So that's a way to track it too. That might not be some way that he thought. I mean, let me be fair. I think just using Cerebral does make a signal, and that's not hard. It wouldn't be that hard to like find it then, or at least. But I don't think it's a problem them finding it. It's just a problem like when is it being used, so they can also throw it in, like use their Cerebral to stop it, to stop any damage from happening.
Okay, all right, I'm with that.
What's your second question?
My second question is, why is this important? How is Omega Ray going through time?
We gotta save. Well, it's important because we gotta save Xavier. Because I think the funniest thing is that if Hickman was still here, the funniest thing is I think Mikhail believes that this is all Xavier's brainchild. So if I kill him, then we won't have Krakoa, not knowing that it actually is Moira's idea. So that would be if it's actually that introspective, I like it. But I'm not gonna give them that much credit. But if that's actually the case, then that'd be kind of cool.
You know, that's kind of like the case of Age of Apocalypse. Like
in terms of
he's doing an Age of Apocalypse. Like he's going back in time trying to kill, thinking like what Legion originally wanted to do. He went back, thought if I kill Magneto, it's gonna be all good. But Mikhail, like you said, he's trying to think like, okay, if I kill Xavier, but it's not like it's Age of Apocalypse.
Xavier, it's Moira.
Yeah.
It does this.
Ultimately, I think these comics are needed. They probably should have been immediately after House of X. When you have time travel established in your universe as simple as having a telepath send you back in time, we don't even see. It's not even established you need an Omega level telepath. Rachel can do it, and we have no reason to believe she's an Omega level.
Right.
She's never been called Omega level.
Right.
I'm still saying
I am curious which telepath, I am curious which Russian telepath that they have sending Omega Red back. I am curious how they're doing their process, because it's definitely different.
Could be the storyteller. Could be the storyteller's like,
oh, yeah, could be her.
Omega Red woke up in the mind of a sexy, hot Japanese chick
who happened to marry Wolverine.
Man, Percy is not subtle in incorporating himself into his.
I just want to be fair. I don't know who did it, but it was either storyteller or Mikhail or even Omega Red. I'm just glad that they allowed him to like finish coitus before attacking him. He was like, he was like, hang on, wait, no, let him have this. Like, they attacked. I respect that. Respect that.
All right.
No, got him when he had his weakest fucking moment. He was all curled up like a little fucking baby, man.
Post nut clarity. All right, so Wolverine and Sabretooth. I like Sabretooth better.
Yeah, that's fine. I would say the same.
I think that Marvel is somehow tricking me out of my money because I don't want to buy Wolverine, but I keep doing it. It's crap.
Call it. Hey man, at least
To me, it was a good comic. I wish it didn't come out at the same time as Sabretooth. Both of them together, my mind was on fire by the time I finished.
Oh, and to be fair, if I remember correctly, the way you're supposed to read it is Sabretooth's first, then Deaths of Wolverine #2. So that was it. I mean, Lies Wolverine. So that's interesting. They wanted you to read Sabretooth first, then read Wolverine.
The good. Read the good, then the bad. Read the good. What about you, Corey? How do you feel about it?
So I vocalized a lot of what I liked about the Wolverine thing. I'm like, okay, we're time hopping again. He saved a captain, looked a bit like I was going under the impression that now they're trying to get at Xavier's family tree to maybe
which makes more sense.
Exactly.
That's always been my criticism when it comes to the Terminator series. Like, you don't have to kill John Connor. Just go kill. Just go
pick
kill
someone
like,
in his family tree,
right.
and then you'll get probability in your favor. So that,
Right.
I'm like, oh, lovely, more body horror. The John Lennon Yoko Ono pose homage. Logan right in the middle. Logan right in the middle of making Dawkins, and Jean's like, and then
Like, all in all, like, how do you what would you give it? What would you rate it?
I'm at least curious enough to see how this is going to end, even if I only have a little bit of hooks in. I knew what was going on with Sabretooth only right after the flashback of how he was processing getting pulled down into the pit, whatever they're calling the Krakoan jail.
That's called the pit.
Yeah, I'm under the interpretation that this is all Krakoa giving some sort of like imagination time for people it pulls under, when it's clear from the text that, like, Cypher and the Krakoa are communicating, and Krakoa is like, I don't like this, and Krakoa voted no for what was going to happen, for what happened to Sabretooth. So I was confused a lot, but I'm plugged in enough to see how it's going to end. Will I buy it? I don't know yet. It's Sabretooth just started, and we're not even at the middle point of what Percy's doing with this Wolverine thing.
Yeah, do we know how many issues it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to be 5, or is it supposed to be
4.
ongoing?
I think so.
I heard 5 lives, 5 deaths.
No, I'm talking about for Sabretooth. Sorry.
I think I heard 4.
Okay. All right. I was curious.
All right. So wrapping up, we got Secret X-Men next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Teeny Howard actually had some little teasers, and not bad.
Are we getting regular X-Men next week too?
Yeah, I think yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Dugan.
With the new character that we've never seen before ever, Captain Krakoa. So we'll see how
we've been getting X-Men every 3 weeks, but it's been brand
new character, Captain Krakoa. Can't wait to see how he looks like Cyclops for some reason, but I can't wait to see how he
probably Cable. No.
I know that chin. What's going on?
But also, are we getting New Mutants next week as well, right?
Maybe.
Let me check.
Since we had New Mutants.
Maybe just ended.
No, it didn't.
maybe New Mutants is gonna be secret X-Men. I mean, and that's like they just
Okay.
You know what? The funny thing is, that would actually be cool, but no, Marvel's not that creative.
like how Sword turned into X-Men Red. Like this is
Yeah.
the same difference.
Like,
I wrote down for next week X-Men 8 and then X Lives of Wolverine 3.
Oh,
no.
okay, then I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, New Mutants. Yeah, it's like they're gearing up for Ileana versus Maddie.
Right, which no one asked for, and no one. Oh,
Nobody
maybe that's why. Maybe Sabretooth will actually. They'll fight in Sabretooth's hell, and like that's like where we get this. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make this work. I don't care about that. I don't care about those
Are
two
they
men
really
fighting.
gonna make it to where like Sabretooth's like imagining this like a
Right.
porn star director or something?
It was all a dream. Like that's just Sabretooth just always had like a fantasy of Goblin Queen and Elenia Rasputin fighting, and he's all in his mind.
how powerful
I
is
don't
he
need
down
to
there?
see that homage of when we saw someone traveling in Logan's mind and she opened up the sexual fantasies door. I don't need to see the equivalent for
I hope they establish
yeah.
how powerful Sabretooth is down there. Like, what happens if an Omega level mutant goes down there? Can he fight them? Like, he killed Apocalypse. He killed Magneto. People
In his
who
mind,
No,
though.
hang on.
In
No,
his
he didn't
mind.
kill. No, he didn't kill them.
I mean,
It was
like,
his.
Legion, like,
It was his cronies that did that.
no, in the dream realm, well, I guess, yeah, but like still, like, what happens when he goes up against a real Omega? Like, is he actually Omega level Sabretooth
No.
in hell? Like, when he's in hell, he's Omega Sabretooth?
I would hope that he thinks highly of himself in his own realm. That'd be kind of funny if he did it. Like,
Well, it
there's
seems
all
like Krakoa might have given him the position of King of Hell. It seems like Krakoa wants a hell,
right.
and he gave Sabretooth the position of king of it. And theoretically,
I know, which is awkward because we all know that the real king of hell is a strong guy. So that's I can't wait for that to.
No, I thought he gave up. I thought he gave that up.
No, you don't quit hell. Hell quits you. But anyway, I think that's the title right there. But anyway,
Hell don't quit. All right, put that down in Discord. So I put it in. All right. Wrapping up. This is 1407 Great Mocking Lane. Sterling Silver, Master Jarl, Corey, 1407. We'll see you soon. Stop breaking into my damn house. I get it. And stop.